It's coming down like the skimmer hole like that. Lift this little plank up here. You'll piss off a lot of neighbors. There's a bunch of birds. This is the overflow kit. It's gonna be a real wet video. Here we go. We can see the fish. I'm soaking wet the pond digger, baby. It's really easy. Pull this lever this way. The sexiest skimmer. You're gonna have to bear with me.
Hana Hui A Maui.
Aloha, my ohana. It is your boy back with another aquatic adventure. Now, if you're new to the channel, we talk about everything in the aquarium hobby. Got an interesting video here for you guys. Behind me is my 8,500 gallon koi pond, Tiki Falls. And it's coming down like cats and dogs out here. It is raining, and it's been raining for the last 3-4 days. And I figured this would be the perfect opportunity, not really, but it is the perfect opportunity to video this because I get a lot of these questions asked inside the comments on what happens when it's raining during the rainy season and your pond overflowing. How do you stop that? What are the precautions? So I'm going to show you what I do and what I have planned in the future for Tiki Falls. Let me flip the camera around. It is raining, so you're gonna have to bear with me. I don't want to get the mic wet and everything like that, so I'm gonna try to wait for a break in the rain and give you some content. Let's go. All right, my ohana. So as you can see, it is coming down. Look at those raindrops, huh? And it's gonna be a real wet video for me anyways. Not for you guys. You guys are probably nice, comfy, maybe got a fire going. But for me, your boy, yeah, it's gonna get a little wet. Now I'm under right here, the patio here on the backyard. And I gotta go out there and fight this weather to shoot this content for you guys. But it's something that's super interesting when it comes to overflow on a big pond like this, all right? So let me show you a couple things, all right? Let's go out and face this rain. Wow, there's a bunch of birds flying in the air, so I guess it isn't coming down that hard, but I feel the drops. But here is Tiki Falls. Let me climb up on this rock here. You can see the fish. They're all great. Look at them all. It is hard to see because of the water agitation, but you can see them all hanging out. This is the time where they're really snacking on the wall. I see them on the wall snacking on all the algae. I haven't fed these dudes probably in a couple weeks or so. But you can see they are swimming around. Everybody's doing great. Now, I wanted to show you guys something right there. You see that rock, that little piece of rock? I'll throw a circle on it. Okay, you see that rock? That's kind of like my little measuring point. When I see that rock is gone, I know that the pond is getting about ready to overflow. That's kind of like my little marker there. Now, I don't have an overflow on this yet, but I want to show you where the overflow is going to go. It's going to go right here on my HELIX skimmer, and I'm going to show you what I got. All right, so this is where our skimmer's located. I got the skimmer cover here. It gives it a natural look. I'm going to take it off, and there is our HELIX skimmer, the sexiest skimmer in the pond hobby. In the skimmer, I also have another guideline. You know how I showed you that little rock? Well, this is also my guideline. That bolt right there. You see the water line is right under that bolt. When it is above it is when it's perfect. So right now I know the water is a little low, which isn't bad, all right? It's going to be raining here for the next 3 days. So we still have like 3 more days of rain. So that line there is kind of like a guideline if I don't want to look and see the rock way down over there. So what I do is usually come over here, lift the skimmer up, and check out the water level, which is right there. So basically I have a kit from the pond digger who created this beautiful skimmer. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a hole saw, drill the hole right here at this water line level according to that little, bolt right there. And I'm going to install the overflow kit. Let me show you what it looks like. Here it is. This is the overflow kit. Now, basically this part of the elbow is going to be inside the actual skimmer. And then this rubber seal here will be on the inside. This part here will be on the outside of the skimmer. And I'm going to give you guys more of a visual of what the overflow kit does for the skimmer. All right, so once we drill our hole right there, we're going to take our overflow kit. This is going to be going through the other side here. That's why I didn't finish this side of the pond yet, all right? So this part will be going through on this side, and then we'll have our overflow on this side. So it's going to sit like this, and then you're able to twist it and turn it to find that right guideline. So let's just say, as an example, the hole was right here on the skimmer. When that water line goes up, it's going to go right into the hole like that, and that will create the overflow, all right? If that makes sense to you guys. So this right here will be mounted I don't know, according to my little guide there on the bolt, I'll probably have it like right about there. And you can turn it, so you can make it higher, lower, you can make the adjustment on the fly. So let's just say the water is starting to overflow, watch the overflow. The water will go into this pipe, just like so. Obviously there's no exit, right? And the ideal is to have this part on this side, right? So we're gonna have to mount this on the outside. Water's gonna come out, and this one on this side will probably sit like this, right? So it's gonna be gravity fed. So it'll be going down. We're gonna have this go down to like maybe a 1 inch pipe, 1.5 inch pipe. This is a 2 inch pipe. And then I have to hide it, right? So it's gonna come through here, but that's why I didn't finish this section here of the pond, right? I have to leave this part open. As you can see, I'm gonna lift this little plank up here. See, you can see it's full of water. That's just from the downfall. So the water will go through the pipe, which I will dig a trench in between these rocks, have it go through here since I haven't covered it up, and it's gonna exit out that way. All gravity fed, so it's gonna have like a nice slope. And then I wanna say right about in this section here of my landscape is where I have a corrugated pipe, and that just leads out all the way outside to the front, and it dumps out. That's the overflow system, okay? So you guys have more of a visual, and I'm glad I can share this with you and with these guys too. They see me over here, they hear me, and they probably want some food. So all of a sudden they're all like hanging out and having a meeting over here by the skimmer. They're all meeting by the skimmer. So this is the overflow kit that was sent to me by my boy Eric Triplett right there. The Pond Digger, baby. He's got some great content. He's got a great podcast, the Pond Digger podcast. So go check out the podcast. Go give him a follow on Instagram. He's super active. He's started back up in YouTube. He's kind of an OG. If you guys didn't know the Pond Digger, man, he's been on YouTube like, there's videos that are like 15 years ago. So go check him out, guys. My boy Eric Triplett. All the social medias right there. Instagram, you got TikTok, you got Facebook, YouTube, the man. That probably answers a lot of questions why this section here isn't quite finished, although I got this nice Aptenia ground cover plant that's just covering this whole area. It'll be really easy to cover this and make it look really nice. So that's why there's liner exposed and whatnot. So until I get this fixed, which I'm going to do it this season, the next time we have like a break in the rain, I'll probably take care of this overflow and just at least get the pipe down here and out, you know what I mean? Because I want to take care of it. We're going to be expecting a lot more rain within the year, or the season, I should say. So we're going to take care of that. Now, you don't have to have some kind of fancy overflow like this when it comes to your pond. You can do really easy DIY overflows. You know, you can stick a PVC pipe at the end of your pond area. When that water overflows, it has somewhere to go. So there's all different ways of doing it. I had a DIY, really makeshift overflow with my smaller pond before I built this massive pond. But like something like this, get the pond kit for your skimmer from the Pond Digger. All of their links will be down in the description below. Now, for the time being, I know you guys are like, well then, hey, you don't have your overflow, so how do you control the height of your water? So basically, until I have this installed, I got to do it manually, and I'm going to show you how I do it manually. I'm obviously looking at the forecast, and when I see it's going to be like, you know, a week's worth of rain, what I will do is, it's really easy for me. I'll just walk down the side of the pond here, which I don't know if I showed you guys this. I created this little rockway with the stepping stones. Came out really nice. Now I'm behind Tiki Falls here, and I'm gonna go on the other side of the natural eco filtration system from Mountain Tree on the other side. Here we are on the other side of the Mountain Tree filter that filters Tiki Falls. Now, right here I have this ball valve. All I do, literally I'm gonna do it too, is I just pull this lever this way, and it is going to empty out the entire filter. Now, I'll slide this cover off. I'm not gonna stand up here because it's really muddy. I'm gonna slide this cover off just halfway so you can see. But basically this elbow goes out, and it goes outside there in the green belt, so you can see the water kind of going out. You can actually hear this filter here. I'll show it to you guys over the top. So now this entire box here is completely empty of water, which holds 120 gallons. I pretty much drained this. The pump is still pumping. Basically, that's all I do. Once I drain this thing, I go ahead and close this, and now it's going to be filling back up. The water's going back into our filter. Let me go ahead and cover up the pond filter here. Now we're gonna go on the other side. Here's our pump. Pump is still pumping. Now that we open up the valve, the water's just gonna be shooting down and be filling up this pond filter. Now, like I said, it's about 120 gallons. So when I empty this out, that's 120 gallons and then another 120 gallons to fill it back up. So you're looking at about 240 gallons, and that water level will drop significantly, just enough. And once that rain hits, as you can see, no water coming out. Until that mountain tree filter fills up, there's not gonna be any water coming out. And so basically the water's being dropped, right? Because it's filling up that 240 gallons that we just lost. So I'm gonna go across here. We're gonna stand up here, top of Pride Rock. There we go, we can see the fish, look at them. Hey, what's up? You can actually see the water line down in the shallow area off the stairs there. You see the water level? You can see the line. So we're still expecting a lot more rain, like I said, within the next like 2 or 3 days. Now let me pop this cover. I don't know if you guys remember what it looked like prior to me doing this, but let's go ahead and pop this lid. You can see the water level on that bolt has dropped significantly. You remember it was just under the bolt. Maybe I'll put a before and after picture so you can see what it looks like. So that water level will drop, which is fine. There's still water going to the skimmer. You can see our floating weir there, still working. Everything is fine, and the rain is coming down now harder. I can feel it. So now you guys have a general idea on how this whole overflow system works. Look at the rocks here. You see the water line there? Those little algae lines? Right there, look at that water line there on that rock. See that? That's where it dropped. Drops about 2 inches or so. I gotta get under shelter here, man, because it is coming down again. As you can see, we got water coming out of the pipe. That means that our mountain tree filter is full and it is filtering again. So we actually emptied out 240 gallons, and you can see the rain just coming down. Your boy had to get out of it, man. It was getting real nasty out there. So now we have a little bit of a cushion, and then, like, you know, in a couple days, I'll probably come out and check the water level, make sure it's okay. Super easy, kind of a pain in the butt, but until I install the overflow from the pond digger, yeah, this is what I do. So if you guys were curious, now you know. It's coming down, as you can see. You can hear it. I don't know if the mic is picking it up, but I have to dry off my dead mouse cover that pretty much covers the mic. So now you guys have a general idea on how the overflow works, or how important an overflow is, because if you don't have one and you have 8,500 gallons in your pond and it overflows, that's a possible flood. You'll piss off a lot of neighbors. So make sure that you have an overflow, whether it's a big pond or a small pond. It's super important. And you guys have more of a detail how I'm going to install the pond digger overflow kit. Super easy to do. All I'm going to do is just drill a hole, install it, have a hose running out, and yeah, we'll be good to go. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I got to get in. I'm soaking wet right now. Take care of my ohana, and I'll see you guys in that next video. Much love and aloha.
Hana Hui A Maui